There are some people in life who seem to have life very easy. It is like whatever they do, whatever they try, they usually succeed. And there are others in life, they have life very hard. Whatever they do, it's always a struggle. Always a struggle to find money. Always a struggle to find a job. Always a struggle to get ahead in life. It's always a problem, to the point where they may come to a particular realization and say to themselves, I am cursed because nobody in my family has achieved this, nobody in my family has achieved that. And look next door, that person isn't even godly, that person isn't even spiritual. And look at me, I am a Christian, I am a Muslim, I am a whatever, I am spiritual, but it is just not working out. And I do pray. The reality is, there is a way to get what you want in life. That's the reality. There's a formula. And it doesn't matter if you're black, if you're white, if you're Christian, non-Christian. The truth is, we all belong to God. And God belongs to all of us. So, just like how the formula that says whatever goes up must come down, just like the formula Pythagoras' theorem is true, there is a formula that allows us to achieve whatever we want if we work this formula. Hey, I'm Omar Dawkins. My friends call me God Blessed. And today, I am going to tell you what to do to achieve whatever you want in life. So, when God made this earth, the earth is very significant. God made the earth, and let's start with the ground. We all know the story. God made man from the ground. Things come from the ground, basically. We plant stuff. Now, just like how God made man from the ground, and we have a seed, let's say it's mango seed. Whether we like mango or not, or whether we like plum or not, or whether we like cherry or not, if we plant those seeds, cover them and water them and fertilize and care for them, they will grow. They will grow. So if it's mango seed you plant, you will get mango tree. Cherry tree you plant, you will get cherry tree. Plum tree you plant, you will get a plum tree. Whether you like plum, cherry or mango, it doesn't matter. You plant it, that is what will happen. In a similar way, our mind is like that. God made the mind just like the ground. The thought is like the seed. Whatever thought we put in our minds and we think about it over and over and over again, we will reap that which we have planted. And this is so true. The thing is, many persons right now are listening to me, and you're saying to yourself that I pray to God and I fast and I ask God for this and for that, and not to let this happen and not to let that happen, and I'm not getting a breakthrough. Is God vexed with me? And when I look outside, I see the ungodly. I see some persons who are not as close to God, you believe, but they are doing stuff, asking for stuff that you may ask for, and they are getting it. Why is that? It's because they are working the formula. So let me explain to you right now. In the mornings when we get up, that's when our minds will tell us that the problem is there. We always, as we get up, the problems will just plague us. It will just haunt us. It will just stick us like thorn in our skins. The car payment, the rent, the mortgage, I owe this person, I owe this company, the credit card bill. And you think about that problem over and over and over again. So guess what? That problem will stay with you. Instead of thinking about the problem, think about the solution. That is why it is written in the book of Proverbs, as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. In other words, we become exactly what we think about. And as I said before, it doesn't matter if you're spiritual, if you are not spiritual, it's the formula. And if you work this formula, you will definitely get the result. So my advice to you right now is this. When you get up in the mornings, instead of thinking about the problem, think about the solution. Instead of saying, okay, the rent is to be paid and I don't have the money, or the car payment is to be paid and I don't have the money, or I am sick and doctors are giving up on me, think about the solution. There's a thing going around now that people are calling law of attraction. A thing that is going around now called the law of attraction. It's an attraction. And as they said, law of attraction. What we think about, we attract. Now, this is how it goes. Instead of being in your bed and thinking about not being able to pay the landlord, or not being able to make the car payment, or not being able to become healthy, think about yourself, visualize yourself, imagine yourself paying the landlord. Close your eyes and imagine yourself. If you are sick, imagine and can't walk, imagine yourself getting off the bed and walking. Do it over and over and over. But there's a trick to it. Most importantly, there's a trick to it. While you are thinking, while you are visualizing, while you are seeing all of this, you have to feel the way how you would feel if this is actually happening. This is the key. And that is why you need to be by yourself, or that is why you need to do it so many times until you have mastered the art of doing it. You have to catch that feeling. So in other words, let's say you want to get $100,000. You're going to close your eyes and you're going to visualize whomever you want to give you that money, and you are actually going to feel that money in your hand, and you're going to feel that emotion that you would feel if you actually got that money. If you are sick and you're having a headache and you want that headache to leave you, what you need to do is visualize yourself being healthy, visualize yourself walking, visualize yourself doing the things that you cannot do now. The fact that you have that headache, but you must feel that feeling. Without feeling that feeling, you would not be able to attract that kind of the thing that you would want to achieve. You have to get the feeling along with the visualization. If you don't hear anything I say, hear this right now. Never, ever finish a negative thought. I'm going to tell you once more. Never, ever finish a negative thought. And the world is made like this, where we negative is the order of the day. It is easy to think, I will not achieve this. It is easy to think, I am poor. It is easy to think, I am sick. It is easy to think the negative. Now, what I am saying to you right now is something that is tried and proven. It has been tested over and over. Some people are doing it and they don't know what they are doing, and they are succeeding. Others are doing it and don't even know what they are doing, but they are still succeeding. So The mind is very important. It is very important what we put in our mind. And that is why even the Bible tells us that be careful what you say. Be careful what you say, because death and life are in the power of the tongue. And you speak it over and over and over, you will start believing it. Let me tell you a story. This is a true story. Some time ago, I used my credit card to take on an investment. Now, I only use my credit card to invest in my business, to buy stuff for my business. I thought that I would have been getting back returns quicker than it actually happened. It never did. And my credit card went in the millions. Now, you know credit card bills. The interest is very high. What I had to do when I realized that the money was not coming in the way I thought it would, when I woke up in the morning, first thing in the morning and last thing at night, and sometime during the course of the day, I would take myself away from everybody during the course of the day. Or in the mornings, I would get up 3 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 4 o'clock, when I am alone and the place is silent. I would close my eyes and visualize myself making payments to the bank. 100,000, $250,000, $50,000. I would visualize myself paying back this money. I worked this formula for about 4 weeks. And lo and behold, afterwards, when I was in the bank that I had visualized actually paying the money, I had to literally, right now I'm saying this right now, and bumps are all over me. While I was in the bank paying the money, it is like I was still visualizing. I am like, this thing is so true. Long and short of it, in no time, I cleared the credit card bill. Let me give you a next experience. I had taken on a venture out of town. Took up a lot of my time. It took up my time, and I was not able to eat properly. I was not able to exercise. And one day I had a headache. I went to the doctor. When I went to the doctor, my blood pressure was higher than normal. It wasn't high, but it was higher than normal. And they did what is called a cholesterol test. Now, when I did the cholesterol test, my cholesterol was 6.9, I believe it was. The doctor explained to me that I'm going to need some medication because the cholesterol should not be over 5.2. I think it should be somewhere between 3.1, between 3.1 and 5.2. Now, when the doctor said he was going to give me medication, I remembered my mother's church sister getting cholesterol medication, and it messed her up. And I said to myself, you know what? I am not going to take this medication. Now, what did I do? Sure, I started to eat better, I started to exercise, and I went in my mind. What I did, first thing in the morning, last thing at night, I would be on my back, and I would imagine myself going to the doctor, getting the test, and the doctor telling me 4.7 because that's in between 3.1 and 5.2. Why 4.7? Well, my favorite number is 11, and 4.7, 4 plus 7 would add up to 11, so I used 4.7 over and over and over. I would tell myself my cholesterol reading is 4.7. Then after about 2 months, 2.5 months, I went back to doc. I did my cholesterol test, and while I was sitting there, because I said I had visualized all of this, I visualized myself in the chair, giving the doctor my right hand and all of that. While I was actually there, and they pricked my finger, took the blood and did all of that, while I was there waiting, I was saying to myself, 4.7. Would you believe after minutes, out of all the numbers between 6.9 to 3.1 or whatever combination, whatever combination could come up. The doctor told me that my cholesterol reading was 4.7. I had to scream. This formula is working. This formula is not a worked formula only, it's a working formula. It is working, and I'm asking you to work it. A very good friend of mine, Mr. William Mafood, he's now the chairman of the Wisynco Group, which is the largest distribution company in the Caribbean. One day I was in William's office, and we were looking outside through his big glass window, and he said to me, "Dawkins, all of this that is happening to me right now is a dream." And I said to him, "Explain to me." And he said to me, "You see those trucks coming in, going out? That car park that I'm looking at with so many cars in the car park. This office that I am in, all of this I used to imagine. And when I look outside sometimes, I have to pinch myself. I have to wonder if this is a dream or if this is real." Bingo! William Mafood, in a covert way, has said to me that he has worked the formula. It is the law of attraction. If you are listening to me right now and you're sick, I am telling you, you can get better. Don't listen to those who say that you are sick for life. If you are listening to me right now and you are broke, you can throw broke out the window. Imagine yourself doing whatever you want to do. Write it down. Take away yourself from others. You remember, every time Jesus Christ wanted something, he took himself away for 40 days and 40 nights. Moses did that too. A lot of persons right now are fasting and are praying. You are telling God, "I want a house, I want a car, I want more money." And you pray and you ask God for this. But after the prayer, in your mind you are visualizing poverty. Remember, whatever we put in our mind, it doesn't matter the prayer that we pray. It doesn't matter the prayer that we pray. It is like it's like you call someone. You call someone in the States. You're living in Jamaica. And you ask them for $100. And they said that they are going to give you the $100. Now, when you get off the phone, if you do not believe and act the part, mean you go to the Western Union, do what you have to do in order to get that money, you will definitely not get that money. You have to play your part. And the only way we can play our part right now is by putting whatever we want to achieve in our minds the way how we want it. Now, if I should say, "Show me your right hand," you would show me your right hand. Show me your nose, you'd show me your nose. Show me your right eye, you'd show me your eye. Show me your toes, you'd show me your toes. But where's your mind? Many persons are going to touch their head thinking that their brain is their mind. No, the brain is not your mind. The mind is a link between the heart and the brain. And many persons will always use the head for or the brain, because as you know that there's a part in the brain, and if I'm wrong, my doctor friends, forgive me. I think there's a part in the brain called the medulla, and I'm not even going to stop and Google it right now. I think there's a part in the brain called the medulla at the back of the head that controls the heartbeat. But it is actually the heart. You know that if for instance you're afraid of something, and when you see this thing that you're afraid of, your heart starts to beat very fast, rapid movement of the heart. The mind is that link between the heart and the brain, and that is why the Bible says that whatever a man thinketh in his heart, so is he, not in the brain, right? And be ye renewed by the renewing of the mind, not the brain. Be ye renewed by the renewing of the mind. So we can control whatever we are thinking about. When you're through listening to this, I want you to pick a topic. religion, pick politics, pick health, pick whatever topic. Pick a topic and try to think about it for 30 seconds. And I can guarantee you will not go past 10 seconds. Why? Because you have not trained your mind to do so. We are in total control of our mind. We can train our mind to think about whatever we want it to think about. So once again, I'm going to say to you, remember this: whatever the mind can conceive and believe, we will achieve. Never, ever finish a negative thought. As of now, never, ever finish a negative thought. There are persons who, in their mind, they are poor, they are a loser. People tell them that they are cursed, generational cursed, etc., etc. Listen to me. These are all lies. It is all in your mind. But you have to believe it. You have to believe it to the point where you will act it all out. So you want to be the manager of the company that you're working in. You want to be the supervisor in your department. Whatever you want to be, say it to yourself in the morning, say it to yourself in the evening, say it to yourself at nighttime, and act like the manager, behave like the supervisor. You're not having good health right now, visualize yourself having great health. Visualize yourself going to the doctor. Visualize yourself hearing the doctor telling you that you are of good health. Try it. What do you have to lose? What do you have to lose? Absolutely nothing at all. You ask Usain Bolt. You ask anybody who is successful. Whether they know it or not, or whether they want to admit it or not, they have to get in their minds, visualize, imagine, go over and over and over, and I can tell you it will happen. I was listening to an interview by Donald Trump, and in the 90s he really wanted to go into politics, and they were interviewing Donald Trump and asking him if he was serious about politics, and he said that he saw Al Gore and George Bush walking in the snow, meeting persons, and he said, you know what, I don't think I can do that. That's definitely not for me. So the person doing the interview asked him, so you're saying that you will never go into politics? Donald Trump said, no, I'm not saying that. I will go into politics and I will become the president, but I don't work like that. I work from the mind. Bingo. There you go again. Who is the president of the United States today? Whether you love him, whether you hate him, whether it doesn't matter. The president of the United States is president of the United States because he went in his mind. What do you want? Do you want a particular vehicle? Do you want to earn a certain amount of money? Do you want to get out of poverty? Write it down. Think about it when you get up in the morning. In the morning, that's the best time. Take away yourself from friends and persons who are of negative behavior. It's contagious. You don't want to be a part of that. Lock yourself up in your car. Go in your bathroom. Write down whatever you want. Think about what you want. Believe it, and you will achieve it. Remember this: never, ever finish a negative thought. I am Omar Dawkins. God bless Dawkins. God bless you. And remember, whatever the mind can conceive and believe, you will achieve. God bless you.